This episode has been brought to you from the DGMS Studios, home of Don't Get Me Started, Lethal and Money Live, and Surftown. Found at Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, and wherever you listen to your podcast. Welcome to Keith and Lee's Don't Get Me Started. Hi, I'm Lee.
And I'm Keith.
Keith, thanks for coming in the studio today. I know you're a busy man. You're about to leave to go overseas. Things are happening. How's it going, mate?
It's going very well, although actually when I was driving here, I thought, man, I'm so weary. I have to go home, have a cup of tea and have a good lie down. But I thought, no, plough ahead.
Is that right?
Yes, mate, it is right. It is correct.
You, a cup of tea and the couch?
No, I would have went to the bed, just laid on the bed and just knocked out a few Zeds. But here we are in front of our microphones, here in podcast land. We love it. Open up your Golden Gates podcast land. Here's Keith and Lee. We're back again on Don't Get Me Started, another episode. I'm sure you have a great topic in mind for us to discuss, Lee.
Yes, I have.
Are we going to be Keith and Lee unhinged or Keith and Lee unscripted?
It's not unhinged.
It's unscripted?
It's unscripted. Now, the listeners out there, we had a talk 2 years ago about naming our podcast, and we gave it one name, and it didn't go down well. It was taken out of context, and we thought, maybe we submitted to that. What would be the word? It wasn't uproar or upset.
It's a wee bit offensive.
On their part.
It was too easy to construe it that way.
Yeah. Well, we won't say it. And then we came up with Don't Get Me Started, which was down to Keith and I. We were together one day and we were talking about a certain subject, which we won't get into again. And I said, come on, Keith, don't get me started. And he went, that's it.
I know, we're a little bit gung-ho there. We should have done a little bit of research because there's a few other Don't Get Me Started podcasts, which incidentally I don't think most of them are going anymore. So I think we're about the only one under that title that's still kicking on. When we were talking the other day, something about unscripted, you said, that'd be a fantastic title.
No, that was you. So
did I come up with it?
Yeah, because when I was saying, when we do our podcasts, Keith and I don't have heaps of paper around. Keith is excellent. He puts down 4 or 5 bullet points, goes for it. I do a little bit of research and I have my little points, but we don't have heaps of paper. And so it's basically unscripted. And you were about to say something and I mentioned, whatever Keith's going to come out with, he'd just come out with it because it's unscripted. And then later on you said, you know what we should have called ourselves? Keith and Lee Unscripted.
Well, I just had an idea. Why don't we run a little survey and we put out a prize? First of all, here's a survey. We'd love to hear from you, our listeners. Would you like us to stick with the name Don't Get Me Started with Keith and Lee, or would you like us to change our name to Keith and Lee Unscripted? Send in in 25 words, what you think we should do. We will judge the best one that we find to be thoroughly entertaining or whatever, and we will send you anywhere in the world a free T-shirt with Don't Get Me Started image on the back, plus stickers, and it'll be our pleasure to post it to you. So you can enter the competition, tell us what title we should keep, and in 25 words why we should keep it, and you will win possibly a new T-shirt. A Don't Get Me Started T-shirt, which are very rare. They're going to be collector's items.
Well, they are. We're both wearing Don't Get Me Started hoodies, which is really comfortable and warm.
Well, same with the T-shirts.
But again, Mully, you're bordering on pink again.
It's not pink.
It's mauvey pink.
It's not. It's muted orange. God, you're
That
dude.
is not muted orange.
It is.
You're colourblind, mate.
You are, mate. You're colourblind as a backward badger. This is muted.
A backward badger.
This is muted orange.
It's definitely not muted orange, mate.
But yes, we'll throw in some stickers.
Email address.
Email address, don'tgetmestarted2024@gmail.com. Don't get me started 2024, all one word, at gmail.com. Love to hear from you. So, Lee, I'd love to hear from you. What are we talking about today?
We've been in the studio quite a lot, which has been great. And we've made that decision to do that. One, because you're going away and we want to get some in reserve. But secondly, we love to do this. It's one of our greatest pleasures. And I thought about that in my life and I thought, would we all like to change our circumstances in life? Or is it a case of better the devil you know?
Yes, it's a very good question to put forward, isn't it? I mean, I think, look, see, I keep coming back to this all the time. We live in a consumer society. We are just bombarded, inundated continually with products on television, social media, all the communication channels that we lock into with advertisements. This is a better car. This is a better couch for you, a sofa for your home. This is a better home. This is better this. This is better that. And we have this subliminal propulsion within us, even if we don't realise it, that we should be buying and consuming to be better and better and better. So sometimes we can let that influence our subconscious, will come up into our practical outworking. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go out and buy a new car because I'm not happy with the one I've got. But just stop. The one you've got's fine. You don't need a new one because it's shinier.
Or is it? So I think it entirely depends on your situation, as you were saying, and while with sticking with the devil it conjures up predictability and safety because it's an easy term to say. Won't do that because better the devil you know.
So what I was trying to say before is I think we're programmed by our modern society to more or less think we should change our circumstances.
I think so. I think change gives you a chance to improve your circumstances.
You have to be a little bit careful here because the question, as I understand that you put forward, is the devil okay, or should you change for another devil?
Let's get on to that. There's some points here.
Yes, there is. That's a little bit different to changing your circumstances. The better the devil than the one that you might inherit, more or less.
It gives you a chance to improve your circumstances because you don't know if you make a decision that comes your way, maybe a job, maybe a deal, and you don't take that because you're either not sure, you're happier to not do anything about it, don't want to entertain it, I don't want to embrace it. It's better the devil you know. Now, when to stick with the devil you know? If that option or that opportunity is rushed, or if you're jumping ship purely out of panic, you might end up in a worse position. So, a new job, a relationship, maybe a new car, financial. So there's, in a way, as you were just saying, you can stick with the devil you know. Your current issues, if the problem is, let's say you have a problem, it's just a minor annoyance, but otherwise manageable, the stress of a massive life overhaul may not be worth it. If you're under the pump and you have that annoyance, but you can handle it, you can manage it, then overhaul in that situation. Same as the old saying, if it ain't broke, why fix it?
Yeah, but I think there's a little bit of a trap here because I think because we have a certain disposition or a certain inherent temperament of who we are in our character, we might think, oh, okay, I want to change my circumstances. I want to get rid of this devil. I want to get out of this green pasture because the other one's greener over the other side.
There's another saying, but the grass isn't always greener.
But I think you will almost make a decision according to your disposition, which means that you're probably going to be deciding to get out of one circumstance to go into another circumstance, which looks better, but it's actually the same because you can't distinguish or you don't have the ability to discern because of your disposition, your inherent temperament of who you are. We will always make decisions, I think, according to our abilities, who we are as people. We can't do any better than that. I can't be any smarter than what I am. Nobody can be any smarter than what they are, I don't believe.
Yeah, but a situation's come up, which you're doing now, which you're acting out, which you believe is the right thing to do for you. You're not sticking with, I stick with where I am and it's better the devil I know because I'm here. You're not doing that. And as you said, you're going down it, you don't know what's going to happen. So, but you're giving it a chance.
Well, you're referring to my move town. Yes. But, I'm going down there with a certain purpose, reason, but at the same time, I'm not sure I've got great expectations. Like I've told you before, I really don't have a lot of expectations in life because I'm not really a clever guy. And I've never been able to have great successes. I've kicked quite a few goals, but I've been kicked a few times myself out off the field. So let's see what happens there.
But the last one I've got here, if the stakes are too high, if taking a gamble threatens your fundamentally stability, security is the smarter choice. Again, that's just common sense.
Yeah.
But this is your one. Change is necessary for personal growth. If you've learned everything you can, you know a lot, Mully. A fresh start is usually the only way to level up. What do you think of that?
Yeah, well, I think you're a little bit off topic again here, Lee, because we're talking about the devil that you know versus the devil that you want to engage in.
And to embrace change.
Well, that's different.
Well, it's the same thing. So I want to do this, but I won't because better the devil you know. It's stagnating. You can stagnate.
Well, I'm misunderstanding you here because just the mere mention of the fact devil tells me that the circumstances or situation that you're in is bad or disagreeable to you to some degree.
You know the term. You understand the term. But that's what it's about. You said. Or I said, well, I'm not going to get involved with that situation because I'm unsure. I don't know, as I've just explained before, whether your options are rushed or your stakes are too high. Better the devil you know. I mean, stay where you are. Don't make that move forward.
So you're applying the saying in a general sense. Dilemma, you're in a shitty situation and you want to get out of it.
No, not at all. No, that's nothing negative about it. It's the grass isn't always greener.
Well, you should have said that in the first place. Instead of saying you're going to stick with the devil you know or the one that you're going to choose again.
No, I didn't say that. Stick with the devil you know. It said...
Isn't the devil you know better than the one that you're going to go and choose again?
No, it's safety, isn't it? Because you say, I stick with the devil I know. The topic was, would we all like to change our circumstances in life? This is the thing. We all would. We'd all love to change our circumstances in life. No, you would. You're not leaving.
No, not me personally. Not you said all would like to change their circumstances in life.
Would we all like to change?
Again, all.
Yeah, but you are changing your circumstances.
That's just me, one individual. What about everybody else? I could be quite happy with that.
But this is it. This is what the topic is. Would you all like to change our circumstances in life, or is it a case of better the devil you know, which means, no, I don't want to because I'm going to stay where I am. Better the devil I know.
All right, I get it. Yeah, I'm with you now. Yes.
I'm going to have a lot of editing to do this to tie this together.
Let it fly, man. Like, this is a good discussion because I'm sure there's other people that are looking at this in a different light as well.
So no wonder I'm talking about stuff and then you're going a different tangent. I'm thinking, oh, right, okay.
Well, that's what I was thinking with you. I'm thinking, oh, all right, okay.
So when So when I said change give you a chance to improve your circumstances, often the fear of the unknown keeps us stuck in situations that we outgrow. Better the devil you know. You're not going to do that because it's better the devil you know. Your well-being is suffering if your current situation, job, your relationship or living arrangements is causing constant misery or burnout. The unknown is really worse than staying where you are. So what it's saying is you're in a situation that you're not happy with. It's bringing you down. You're not going to say, I stay here because better the devil I know. You want to get out.
Look, mate, I'm on the same wavelength with you now. I just wish you'd drop the word devil and call it green grass.
No, it's a saying. Everybody knows that saying. I say it many times. Oh, I'm not going to do that because better the devil you know. I'm not going to venture out and do that because I could lose a lot here. Or I could get myself in trouble. I'm semi-okay. Better the devil I know.
Can I be a smarty pants here? You said everybody knows this saying. Do you think they know it in the Democratic Republic of Congo?
Oh, God. Give me a listener on our podcast that is in the Congo. I don't think so.
Haven't we got listeners there yet?
No.
We have some in Sierra Leone also Kenya.
Not in North Korea, we haven't.
Not yet. Kim Jong-un, if you're listening. Actually, tell you what, Kim, if you are listening, fly us over and we'll do one live. We'll do an episode live and you can come on and you can say whatever you like. It'll be totally uncensored.
So this is about whether you want to change your life or circumstances in your life.
Right, okay.
Or whether you want to stay there with the term, better the devil you know. I'm happy with the circumstances or I'm not happy with the circumstances, but I'm not going to jump for this reason or that reason. So better the devil you know.
Understood. Now,
Understood.
What about you, Lee?
What?
Are you happy where you are in life at the moment?
No, I'm not.
You're not?
No, absolutely not. I want to do more. I want to go forward. I was only talking to my wife about this in a certain element of my life. And, of course, then that causes me to really think hard and I'm cornered. And like most rats when they're cornered, they jump. I don't want to jump. I want to calmly and walk into where I want to go. I'm in a sweet spot. Everything's good. I have options. My thing was, well, Lee, better the devil you know. Instead of venturing out into something new, which could cause upset.
A failure.
Yeah, distress, failure.
Angst, depression.
No, it won't be depressing. Downcast, all those adjectives.
Downcast isn't that a good word? You don't hear people use that very much, do you?
Downcast.
You know, you walk into a shop and order a cup of coffee and they say, how are you today? And if you were to just go drop your lips so you're not smiling, say, or somewhat downcast.
Somewhat.
I wonder what they'd say. Give it a shot.
I can plan for it. I can take a calculated risk with a solid exit strategy. I don't want to jump blindly.
Lee, are you downcast in the situation that you're in? at the moment?
No, I'm at a crossroads.
I think you want to go a little higher, if I could say that. You want to achieve a little bit more. You're not unhappy where you are, where you want to completely change the circumstances. You're a guy who likes to achieve, push ahead and do things. So I'm hearing that in the context of what we're discussing here, that you would simply like to keep going, so you're producing.
It's sidestepping for where I am at the moment. It's a big sidestep. So I have to weigh all those options up and think, I'm going to have to make a choice. And I will not be saying better the devil you know, because I don't want to stay where I am. It's going to be an interesting journey. It's nothing to do with my career or my relationship or my living situation. It's literally going to be a leap of faith, you put it that way. But it's easy for me to say, I'll stay where I am. Again, better the devil you know.
Are you going to do it?
I don't know.
Jeez.
I'm thinking. It's not going to let me off the hook. And I know the grass isn't greener, and I don't think that it's going to be better. I think it's going to be a journey into discovery, and it will go from there. But it has to happen. It won't take too long. I have to make a decision about it. But yeah, so that's the thing. So just change.
So the journey of discovery could be because you actually find yourself in greener pastures, or because it hasn't worked out, you've been able to look back, you've been able to step back, do some reflection and say, all right, this didn't work because of this, and have some learning from a failing point of view. Hopefully you are going to step into greener pastures.
We'll see. So, while it could be better, there's a distinct risk that it might be worse. It could create panic. It could create unforeseen problems.
Wasn't it Einstein who was pretty smart? And didn't he say somebody who's never made a mistake has never tried anything new?
Oh, I've heard that before, Keith.
Yeah.
I've only just read it not so long ago.
Do you like it?
I love that.
That's why he's Einstein.
Yeah.
You got to admire him, having the hair, the style. He's pretty smart.
He is smart. Getting back onto subject again, Keith. It's better to stick with someone or something you're familiar with. Would you agree with that?
Yes and no.
Even if they're not ideal, then take a risk with an unknown person or things. So that's the situation. It doesn't matter what it is. It's whether better the devil you know.
Well, I don't know about that because I read a joke about this recently, actually, quite coincidentally. This guy was down the pub, regularly meeting up with his mate and having a beer, and he was always complaining about what a horrible hell life he had with his wife. And his mate got sick of hearing him complain. He said, well, why don't you just divorce her and go, marry somebody new?
Yeah, just divorce her. Get rid of her.
Yeah, he's just sick of this guy going on and on and on and on. Yeah, mate, just shut up, divorce her and go get somebody new. And the guy said, I think it's a case of the devil I know rather than the honey who might promise me something that I know. This is what we're looking at sometimes. So that's why when you asked me if I agree with it, I said no, because the promise, the honey that you don't know, could be just as bad or the same as what you're already in.
With the whole workings of it, I think it's good to challenge yourself in that point. I will not use the word balance because I know you go off, it lights you up, balance. But I think it's a good thing that you move out of where you are. Now, we did a podcast before about the comfort zone. So it's very similar, but the comfort zone is where you go, is where you relax, where you're happiest, where you retreat to. Better the devil you know, it's a cop-out, but it's a very wise thing to do.
Yes, because you're evaluating your circumstances and where you are.
Yeah, change is important. You have that as a safeguard, but whether you really want to move forward, get rid of better the devil you know, because it's a stop sign. You go thus far and no further.
I wonder, but you see, there are a lot of people who never step out, who never change, who never stick their head out of their shell, and they're quite happy. So some people, I think, make peace with the devil that they know, and they just go, oh, well, this is me.
That's right.
Can't get any better. I can't do any better. I'll accept this.
There'd be a percentage of people like that.
Yeah, actually,
I know a few.
Yeah, well, I've had a couple of times in my life where I thought, I'm sick of striving. I'm sick of trying to achieve. I'm just going to cruise at this level. Hit a plateau and stay there. Mate, didn't work out. Life came along, kicked me up the bum, and next thing you know, I'm doing something that I never even dreamed I could do, or I'm pushed into circumstances or running with people who are way above my grade, and I'm suddenly lifted up by life rather than what I could do myself. As if it was up to me, I would have stayed on that level plateau. So sometimes life can just get you and by the scruff of the neck and pull you up or take you to somewhere else.
There's always going to be those sort of people around. Always. And they're either going to be very lucky or very unlucky.
Yes, that's right too.
This is the area they live in. But to make change, because there's something either failing, your marriage, your relationship, your life, your health, your circumstances, would you make that change? Or would you decide, no, it's because I know where I am. Mm-hmm. I know the situation really well. I know if I step out and do something different, it's going to change. And so that's where the term comes from. I don't ever want to run down that path with no way forward where there's a dead end. You know at the end of it, there's a dead end. I want to keep changing constantly, just in little things, which build up to a much bigger thing. You do it all the time. I keep saying it. You've lived a big life and still living a big life. You said to me, oh, no, I never have a plan B. And I said, you got to have a plan B. And he goes, no, I've just went into it. Now, I love that. I'm thinking, he's not thinking about it, or he did think about it, but he's not going, oh, no, I know this situation. No, I won't go there. I'll stick where I am. Better the devil I know. That doesn't come into your being. You're out. You're doing it and you're getting on with it.
Well, it's been mixed results. 60% positive, 40% pretty bad.
But you've done it and you continue to do it because you're moving down the coast now.
Yes.
There's obviously reasons that isn't in your control. Well, it could have been, but you're doing what you think is the right thing to do. And I do too. I think, probably a good thing. But you're still doing it, but you could have just stuck where you were. But the circumstances have changed and you said, no, I can't do this. So you're making that push forward, which I find really exciting. If I didn't, I'd still be stuck in the UK.
Well, thanks, mate. Well, when I'm endlessly packing into cardboard boxes, I'll remember your exaltation there. And I think, these with me. What time is it? It's only 12:30, just past midnight. Oh, this is my 50th box, stuffing the shoes and the books and the
it's just books, mate.
And the clothes.
No shoes, no, just books. Another box of books.
I brought 2 more this morning.
Books?
Yeah, I have to hide them or the missus gets onto me.
God.
Jeez.
What were they? Come on.
One was 1984 by George, because I've never read it. I think it's probably just as relevant today, if not more relevant now than it's ever been. It's what's happening with our Western regimes, England and America, and to a lesser degree, but still following down the same path in New Zealand, Canada and Australia. Our regimes are becoming more and more totalitarian.
God.
Our free speech is under attack and all people are turning towards conspiracies. And this is all the story of 1984. You could just...
Big brother.
Yeah, you could just cross out 1984 and say present day. Thought police, we've just been through a period of where you couldn't think certain things out loud, or if you said your thoughts out loud, you get into trouble. So I thought, it's time I read this book. And so I brought that one. And the other one is a Book Lover's Journal, where you just write down the books that you've read, author, how many pages, what you got out of it, the highlights, that type of thing, which I've been wanting to do for quite some time.
Now, we're halfway through the year.
Yes.
It's come around so quick. You mentioned that you were going to go the early part of the year, and now we're halfway through. You're going overseas next week. 5 weeks or 6 weeks will come and go. And I don't think there'd be a problem with you selling. I think that will go pretty quick. So by maybe, guessing August, you could be gone.
By August? No, I won't be gone that soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it'll be September, mid to late September at the earliest. If it is protracted, it'll probably be October.
Well, you'll be starting up a sister studio as well.
Yes, that we're very excited about, aren't we?
So you're not going to stick with the devil, You're branching out, mate. You're going to go sister studio, Port Macquarie. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm going to have to pick up my tech knowledge.
That's going to be fun.
It is, what this leads red. Does that mean it goes into, but there's no red input hole on this device. Where should this go?
I think you'll be a major friend of YouTube. And also I think you and I will be talking a lot more than we are at the moment.
You're going to have to be patient, brother, I tell you. Well, you're not in trouble if you see this plume of mushroom smoke, blown up the would-be studio.
Yeah, that's bloody gnarly. We're coming to the end now, Keith. We had a we must see, this is why we're unscripted.
Certainly has been today, hasn't it?
Because we haven't discussed it much. Keith comes straight in. I've given him a topic. He's misunderstood my train of thought. I was looking at him strangely, and of course now I realise why. But Keith, I'll leave you the last word.
Thanks, Lee. I really appreciate that, mate. Thank you, listeners, for enduring this episode. I hope you did at least enjoy it. Not sure you got anything out of it, but we've enjoyed sitting down, having our usual digital chat, Lee and I. But I'm quite serious. Please email us your 25-word little suggestion on whether we should keep the title Don't Get Me Started with Keith and Lee or change it to Keith and Lee Unscripted. We just love to hear from you, and we'll choose the best entry, and you will receive a Don't Get Me Started t-shirt and a bunch of stickers. So until then, goodbye and be kind to each other.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Don't Get Me Started with Keith and Lee. Don't forget to rate and review this podcast. To see more of Don't Get Me Started, jump onto our socials, follow us on Instagram at Lethal and Mully, Facebook and LinkedIn. If you would like to be a part of the show, email us on don'tgetmestarted2024@gmail.com. Until next time.